Bing boing bing. Everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip. Hey guys, this is Everybody Has a Story to Tell with Toddy One Skip. Happy Thanksgiving, and I hope that you could join us at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today for our Friendsgiving. It'll be the second one. I think we started last year on the other channel. So this year it's going to be on this channel. It's from 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's an open panel. I want to keep it positive. Bring your own food. Show what you're eating if you want to. And yeah, just keep it positive what we're thankful for. Okay, that being said, this video, I really just want to have a conversation. So, Justin Morris was accused of being a clout chaser, a con man for clout, for clout. I don't see him as that. I see him as somebody who wants to help the Whittaker family, somebody who made more phone calls than any of us did, somebody who got information when we didn't have information, and somebody who hasn't asked for a dime. Not a dime. Not a dime. Now, yesterday, after getting off Mrs. K's live stream, which was volatile at times, and I apologize, Lady K, for that. Just like supposedly I don't know everything, Lady K doesn't really know how Jessica and I started talking. And I'm not saying anything bad about Jessica because I don't know this woman. I know that when we started talking, her and Patrick had this falling out at some point, and she had reached out to me in his defense, actually, and she connected Patrick and I together. And then her and Patrick started talking again, according to her. Now, I could look at that and say, was I used so that she could be in Patrick's good graces again? Or can I say that she was looking out for her friend and reached out to me in hopes that I would help Patrick? Which I did, right? I thought I did. We gave Patrick a platform and he got to speak. And I still don't think that Patrick went into this to break up a family, nor do I think he really went into this to take the money and run. I think he found excuses to keep the money that he could live with. That's what I honestly think. And that's not okay. That's not okay. We could always find excuses to make things easy for us. Sometimes it's doing the right thing. Maybe he feels so betrayed by the Whittakers, he doesn't give a FUCK. Okay, that's still their money, guys. I think that there was a distraction by Justin being thrown into this. Again, the guy didn't ask for a dime. I want to show you that I think he has the money to go ahead and do what he says. There was a GoFundMe that was sent to me that I brought to Justin's attention. The GoFundMe is no longer there. I want to show you the correspondence that I had with Justin about that GoFundMe. And I just want to be honest with you guys. If somebody lies to me, I can't help that. But here's what I have to say. Do you remember yesterday in the conversation, I had said that Betty is 2 weeks past due on leaving that house, and they argued with me and said, that's not true. Where do you know that? Da, 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 da. And then the one person said she was supposed to have A, B, C, D, E, F, and G done by October 31st so that she could stay in the house. It's approximately 2 weeks ago, guys. She also said that the only way she would get kicked out of the house is if she didn't pay certain things. Where's the money to pay the certain things? She could get arrested, that one woman, I think her name was Elizabeth, said. Why is that different than what I said? And I got that information from Justin. Why is the information any different? October 31st. So 3 weeks ago, we were off by a week. October 31st, she had to meet certain requirements. She's If she couldn't meet the requirements, she would be fined. If she couldn't pay the fine, she'd be arrested. She had to leave the house or they're going to take her. Where's the big difference there, guys? I'm asking. Where's the big difference there? Again, I think that listen, Justin has reached out to Patrick. You can look at the messages. He's offered to help Patrick, and he pushed Patrick to pay the Whittakers. He's also done the same thing with Eric. Unfortunately, he only got so far with Eric. So he tried to make Patrick do the right thing. And he said, I'll help you. I'll help you, man. I'll help you. Guys, I'm editing this video and I just want to say something here. So there's a few things, actually. Justin did try to help Patrick. You know, charm, a man could be charmed. A man can think, this guy was taken in. He's a good guy. You know, this guy wouldn't do the wrong thing. Just like these ladies can be charmed for different reasons. Charming is charming. Patrick is very charming. Ernie Evans and I have had a conversation because we think Patrick could do really well musically. I felt, honestly, personally, and I owned a recording studio. You guys could look it up. It was Full Moon Records. I had it for about 2 or 3 years in Florida. Anyway, the point is that, you know, because Patrick has the charm, and I've always said he's charming, he has a following that he could actually do something musically, but not with the dirt of the Whittakers. And I pleaded with him. I didn't bug him. I'm sure I could show more text messages from Patrick to me than vice versa. But is it really about that? I mean, we could throw anything in the mix here and make us all confused. Patrick said he was going to pay them money, and he didn't. And Justin thought before that happened, Justin thought the same thing that I thought, and that I think, that he was taken for a ride with Eric, but that he was a good guy and he was going to do the right thing. How is not paying them the right thing? How is that? That's the question. Guys, I also wanted to read something to you that somebody has sent me because this is really important. Though I don't understand it 100%, I'm kind of hoping that you guys will understand it better than me, because this is just a massively important thing. Okay, so, okay. I'm not going to tell you who wrote this to me, but I'm tired of hearing over and over that the family can't receive money because they're on SSI. I believe they are not on SSI because it was said more than once by Mark and Larry that isn't the case, and I know how the system works. They were on the DAC program, DAC, Dependent Adult Children program until age 65 off their daddy's coal miner record. Then when they turned 65, it went to Social Security, not SSI, which is why Mark could give them all the money as long as he paid taxes for them. The SSI rumor is beyond old and annoying. Mark said it and Larry said it again on Patrick's BJ video that they get their checks off their daddy's coal miner record. When they turn 65, they get the work credits of their dad, and it is not income based. They can earn all they want and still keep their checks, except Timmy. The problem is people don't even know that the DAC program or Social Security or how it works. So they keep repeating the SSI rumor because they attribute them to SSI because they never worked and look poor. I just want you guys, and I'm going to send this so that you guys will have this link up to it. And you guys, I guess it's because everybody's saying about the money, how much they can get, how much they can't get. And if this is true, then what this person is saying is, hey, they can get as much as they want except Timmy, because they're getting money off of their daddy's coal mining stuff. But here's the thing, I don't know how that works now, because at 65, Social Security, you said, kicks in. So I don't know. But I just wanted to share that because this person said, please, please, please. And I said I would. So anyway, back to before I was editing. Thanks. How is not paying them the right thing? How is that? That's the question. And Patrick didn't do the right thing, because the right thing is giving people their money because they've earned it. Now, Patrick was in that live stream and I heard what he said. He said that he made a 50-50 deal with the Whittakers. Now, he said that on the stream. That's a contract. That's a verbal contract. And then the next thing I heard was he wasn't going to pay them because he didn't want BJ. ... And I said right then and there on that live stream, Patrick, that's not right. You got to pay them. That's the same thing Eric's doing. Okay. So I figured, all right, if he shows us that he's giving them their money by doing things, by giving them their money, okay. But then the next thing was he was going to give Timmy the money. One of the women, it might have been Jessica, because some of his girls write to me. You know what I'm saying? A few of them write to me. And they're all trying to defend him. They all have crushes on him. And the heart wants what the heart wants. So when you guys are asking, what is Justin in it for? What's Jessica in it for? What's her battle for? How could she think it's possibly right to work and have somebody say, I am going to give you 50% of this, and then not give it and make stipulations? How would she like that? I wouldn't like that. Nobody I know would like that. Patrick said, and he showed me. He sent me a receipt and he asked me not to share it. It was, I believe, a Venmo, and it had like $15,000 in it, which made me say, I've seen this. You can go back to the videos. That's true. And the Whittakers still haven't gotten paid. They haven't gotten paid. Let me show you. Let me just show you some stuff. All right, so this is a property that Justin had here. As you can see, you can look at the second line. Okay, that's a property that he sold, and he got that money for it. He bought it, as you see below, for approximately $113,000 less than what he sold it for. I'm not going to show you the man's bank account because I'm not going to do that. I felt comfortable showing you this. He has the money to help the Whittakers. He does. I don't know why it's impossible for people to believe that there's still good people in this world. I know it's hard to believe, but is it impossible to believe? Really? All right, let's check this out. All right. So I was sent a GoFundMe link by Jessica, and just to show me who she thinks this guy is. And right away, I wrote, what is this? I looked at it. I saw it. You can't see it anymore. It's been taken down. It's no longer there. If you go to the link, it's no longer there. And there was nobody that donated a dime to this, which I found to be weird, because there's always somebody that donates something, especially to an old man with a cancer story, in my opinion. But Justin writes back and says, laughed my ass off. This is a scam. Someone hijacked my YouTube account a few months ago, and I have contacted it should say GoFundMe for the past, for them to take the post down. It's like 25 of them, and I have no clue about them. Somebody's really trying to start shit here. So, okay. So I said, at the bottom of this, I don't know if you could read it, but I wrote at the bottom of this, okay, so I need you to do me a favor. And what I asked him to do was send me the things that he sent to YouTube. So he says that they were going to take it down by the 27th. It's down now. So it is the 27th. He says, I asked him to show me the letters that he wrote to go to the GoFundMe to have it taken down. Okay, so I had asked Justin to send something proving that he had written to them and told them, that he had an account taken from him. And he sent me this back after saying Jesus Christ. Probably not in vain, but why all this crap? Anyway, this is the proof that I have. I don't know. Who would you believe? Somebody that hasn't paid anybody or somebody that hasn't asked anybody for anything? You know, Justin has made phone calls. We know some of the stuff we know because of Justin, not because of Patrick, not because of Eric. And he didn't ask for anything. Nothing. He didn't ask for anything. So why is he a bad guy? Because he exposed Patrick? I don't think that makes him a bad guy. And that's just my opinion, guys. All right. So hopefully I'll see you guys later today. And you guys have to decide, or don't decide. Just it's either your entertainment or, I know AD says don't get emotional. I am emotional over the fact that the Whittakers are. It does upset me. It does. You know, it doesn't mean that I can't cover the story honestly and fairly. You've seen me cover the story honestly and fairly. That's why you've seen me sway, because the situation has happened that has made me sway, that has made me question. So that's as honest as I can be, you know? Anyway, guys, this is their story. Thankfully, it's not yours or mine. I'll see you soon, guys. Take care. Thanks. Bye. Bing, boing, bing. Everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip.